Hi, Leather Rock here. Welcome to my channel. That was Tabby Boy. He has now left my room. And I got Cassie here, and I want to show you my makeup. Now, this is what I'm going to try to replicate for you, except it actually looked a lot better when I first put it on, which was 1 p.m. It is actually 11:37 p.m. that I am putting this on, so you have to allow for the fact that the eyeshadow has been on for a while. But now there's a reason why this looks rather subdued. And it looked really a lot better when it was out in the daylight. I actually crafted a look using this B&H Cosmetics Color Festival, and this has a lot of bright dramatic shades. It's got some neutrals and it's got some really dark ones that look almost black, but they all have a shine to them, except for the matte ones, of course. The reason why I'm wearing such subdued colors is because earlier today I thought that I was going to be going to one of those jobs that, like, you know how in some of the big countries you have, some of the big cities, you have people that line up outside a Home Depot or something for work doing construction or whatever, and they pay them in cash, and a lot of times they hire like illegal immigrants and stuff. Well, or illegal aliens, as I like to say. Well, I had heard through the grapevine that there was some kind of gig today, and I don't know whether this was warehouse thing or moving or whatever, but I figured I can put on work clothes, so to speak. And I was kind of stressing about how is it going to be temperature controlled at all? Is it going to be in a warehouse? In which case it'd probably be really chilly. And I'm thinking, should I have like a bunch of layers, obviously, that I could take on and off? I figure I want to wear sweatpants and maybe wear a t-shirt underneath just in case it's really hot, because when you start working a lot, you do break a sweat. And I think I have a rather narrow temperature comfort range. I get overheated real easily, but then again, I also hate to be cold. But if I'm going to be working, I'm sure I'd be moving. So anyway, I'm stressing all about what to wear and everything. And I took my MAGA hat off just before I got there. And I took my jacket off that had like a pot pin and a Trump pin and everything. And so I get there, and long story short, it was not a cash gig after all. And it was this whole thing I was really disappointed in, because I'd gone through the effort to make a subdued makeup, which I'm going to replicate for you. And, it's like, and I've done physical work before. I set up the West Hollywood Gay Pride in the late '90s in West Hollywood, right next to Los Angeles and Hollywood and all that stuff. And that is hard physical work. You're lifting heavy things and you're carrying things. And I learned some skills too. Like I learned how to install a chain link fence, and I learned about carrying those heavy things when you set up soda dispenser. Those canisters of the soda syrup and stuff, those are heavy. And the gas canisters and different things. And I like being physical with my body. And the only thing is I didn't like the sun exposure, but everybody's wearing like baseball caps and visors and stuff. But it was good physical work, and you put on muscle and you're sweating gallons of water out, and it was a real fun gig. And anyway, this place does not offer that kind of work, and so I guess I misheard, or somebody misheard. So anyway, this was my attempt at a work friendly makeup, but it looks a lot more dramatic at first. Trust me, this is so faded just because, and I did touch it up a little bit um throughout, like not really throughout the day, I didn't have time, but like once I did apply things more, but it looks so blended now. It looks a lot better when I first did it. So anyway, I am going to, without further ado, do this for you. Now, I decided to give the peanut butter a rest, and I decided to very carefully break into this. I don't want to contaminate this coconut oil the way I did the previous jar, where it ended up smelling like a salad that had been sitting out for a couple of days. And I say that in a pleasant way. It wasn't like, it smells like Italian dressing. It didn't, or like an Italian sub. It didn't smell like rank and disgusting, but still, obviously, that was evidence that there was bacterial growth, and you don't want to contaminate stuff that you're going to use around your face. Plus, that means you can't cook with it either. So what I did was I washed, again, a spoon for sampling ice cream, and I very carefully dipped that into there, and so that I wouldn't contaminate it. And I'm going to use this spoon, I washed the outside in, but this actually had some of the peanut butter. That if I hadn't dropped and spilled that jar of peanut butter, I never would have found out that peanut butter is such a good makeup remover, by the way. So, but this really is better. And I'm going to try not to get it on things because I have that basket of eyeshadow palettes down here. I try so hard not to make messes. Now, Tabby Boy, he's a little bastard. I was trying to get him for the past couple of hours. I was getting dressed to make this video, and he, as dummy as he is sometimes, and Cassie can be a dum-dum too, he knows when I'm getting ready to film, and he'll deliberately, like, because he'd been hanging out in the kitchen for a while, and just as I'm getting ready, I wasn't yet wearing what I'm wearing now. I wore what I was going to wear to do that job, and when that fell through, I came home and I put my hang around the house, and it's cold, so it's a lot of layers look. And then after I ate dinner, then I chose an outfit, but before I could even get dressed, the cat went up the hall, and I tried to bribe him with treats and all this stuff, and he was just being very uncooperative. I have to say that mascara that I just opened up yesterday and that I'm using today has a weird applicator. I'm going to have to, I guess the more I work with it, the more I'll get comfortable with the application. It's nice putting on before you get have an eyeliner on, because eyeliners will clump up some of your lashes, and then when you use this kind of applicator, it ends up getting stuck in your clumps, and rather than gently pry them apart, I think it could break your lashes off, and nobody really wants that. Okay, where are my tissues? Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. I can't see with this crap in my eyes. Well, okay. Of course, this is paper towel kind of stuff, and you shouldn't have anything rough like that around your eyes. Oh. Oh, crap. I got some of my eyebrow. I'm going to have to fix that. And I got some of this gray crap on my hands, so I don't want to pick up that palette and get the graphics on the front discolor. Okay, look in the mirror. Oh, scary. Oh, look at this mess. I was hoping that half the video wouldn't be me taking this crap off. Well, this gives me the chance to tell you some of my stories and have a sip of my tea, hot tea with dried cranberries in it and fresh lime and sweet and low. I've been making my tea in those pots that boil water, and they have just a temperature setting of off, low, and high. And they're like miniature slow cookers, but you can be using the boiled water, even though it kind of takes a bit of time. But anyway, I've been taking the smaller one, and I have been making tea with it. I use one tea bag, and I make a pot, nice sized pot, like of tea with only one bag. Okay, what I just did now is I knocked over my container that had my brushes in it. So I'm going to have to get some more brushes. This is why I'm really glad that I got those extra brushes. And there's no such thing really as extra brushes, because if you wear makeup every day, you're going to use them every day. So just grab what I had. But you know what sucks is one of the brushes that fell on the ground was the brush that I used to apply my eyebrow color, and I'm going to have to fix that up. So I'm going to have to use, I'll show you the brushes that fell down. Was this and this. So those go over here so I don't make the mistake of using them on myself. This was what I used on my eyebrows. That goes down there. And, oh crap, the mascara. I've put that on the ground. Now, I really would like to sterilize the edge of this before I put this on. And don't you know, I don't have the antibacterial stuff with me. You know what? Maybe I have a wet ones. Oh, I hope I do. Cassie, I'm sorry. Oh, darn it. No. Alright, maybe I have my alcohol. This is the mascara I want to use, and oh, yes, I do. A tiny little bit of alcohol that I borrowed from somebody, because this is like 70% alcohol or something. Here. This is wasting time, but you know what? I'm a germaphobe. Gotta have things sterilized. Okay, this is the mascara that I'm going to be using, is the Ulta Beauty Bold Ambition. It's got the really weird thing. I think I'm going to put this on before I do the eyeshadows so that I don't smear them on the lids. I just hate that when that happens. But you know what? Let me get the rest of this crap off. I know that. Okay. This is really a bad idea. You know what? I'm going to do something really stupid. This little bit of paper towel here, I'm actually dipping in some of my hot tea to help me get this excess crap off. There. Alrighty, I guess this is... It should be perfect. It shouldn't be just good enough, right? But I hate it when I think that it looks right, and then I look at the finished video and I could see smudges of the old makeup. And I really don't want the finished video to look like crap. Okay, the foundation that I am using is by Sassy and Chic. It's their BB cream, and it's the color Light #1. I got it from Dollar Tree. What I'm going to use is my eye primer. It's going to be the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer. The caveat about this primer, and I know I've mentioned it in other videos, is it dries down fairly quickly. And once it dries down, your eyeshadow doesn't really stick. So you have to apply the eyeshadow as soon as you get it on. And that really is annoying. One time I put the primer on just as an experiment, and I went and did a few other things around the house. And I got back to my eyes and the eyeshadow. I was using one of those big fluffy brushes, which they diffuse color. They don't deposit color very strongly. But still, I had to really work at it to get the eyeshadow to show up. And these were even using vivid matte colors. So for that reason, that's not my favorite primer. But it's kind of like, I learned years ago that if you're using those long wear foundations, they will dry down after a while. Those foundations were never good alone to use as a base for your eyeshadow. I learned if I had that kind of foundation to use a separate coating on my eyelids for my eyeshadows to stick. If I'm using a foundation that's already moist, and this would come into that category, this BB cream, it's surprisingly opaque for only being a BB cream. But so that's nice, and you can build the coverage. It's sheer, but not uselessly so. The only thing is, it has a very narrow age range. It only has a so-called light, medium, and dark. And I've seen the dark one, and it's by no means all that dark. I mean, it's dark, but there's a lot of people darker than that would say, you know what, this is probably useless to me, except as maybe a highlight. But the price is low enough that you could get the other shades maybe and do things with them. Like I've seen people use, uh, who are light skinned, use a medium concealer or something as a contour. All right, another sip of my tea. Oh, this is from the cat food company. Mm. All right, I put this. I'm going to put this on, and then I'm going to fix my eyebrows that I know got smudged during that. If you want to see what kind of makeup really makes a mess when you take it off, try zebra striping your face. When you have black and white makeup, oh my goodness, that makes a mess. And taking it off, well, it's not pretty sight. Unless dark gray is your thing. Put the lid back on this. Oh no, don't want to touch those. Alright, I just set the new brushes someplace. Damn it. Alright. Well, if I have to get new ones out, I will get new ones out again. Again, that's why you buy extra brushes. You never know when you're going to need them. This makes me mad though. I just had them set aside, and it makes me appear very disorganized. And I go out of my way to set all this stuff out ahead of time. You know what? If I have somebody to blame it on my cats. They disrupt everything. I love them, but they really do disrupt things. They distract, and they disrupt, and they're beautiful. So you look at them, and they give you the blinky eyes, and they meow, and they do the things that endear us to them. And you forget why you were disappointed in anything they ever do. Yeah. Cassie, little boy. Yeah, what she puts my poor cat through is a crying shame. Oh, forgot. First thing, going to look at, there is a shade called VIP. This one right here. That's so purple, it looks almost black. These will not be waterproof if you do use this as your eyebrow color. Wouldn't do it in the summertime if you're sweating a lot either. Definitely don't go in the pool. Oh, I made a mistake of using a powder kind of color for my eyebrows, and I ended up going swimming. And oh my goodness, I came out of there, and it was really, won't make that mistake again. I see you. Where are you going? Excuse me. No, you're not. No, you're not. Oh, no, you're not. Oh, no, you're not. Look at this sneaky girl. Look at this. She is so sneaky. You're not getting enough attention, so you're going to make a statement? Hey, can I please get a video done? Oh, no. Oh, excuse me. Hey, Cassie, come on now. Hey, can you please let me do my video? Just put a few. Come on, man. Let me get this done. Cat. First thing that we're going to do after getting our brow situation done, I'm using these big fluffy brushes from B&H Cosmetics, except for the one in the middle that is actually from Wet n Wild. Most of the brushes that I got of B&H were like these. Some of them are called blending. Some of them, well, they have. It doesn't matter what they're called. It matters what if they work for the things you need them for. First thing is the brow bone color, which is going to be Disco, and that goes up here. Oh, where are you going? Don't even think about it. No, you know what? I was wrong. The brown bone color is not Disco. It is Banger. Banger, when you look at the palette, it looks pale pink, but it actually goes on very pale gold. And we are going to do this as close to the eyebrow as possible. And you can go ahead and get it down like a ½ inch. And do the other eye. This really looked nice in the sunlight. I was outside from like 2:30 till 3:30 p.m. And I was thinking to myself, it would have been so nice if I could have done a beach makeup tutorial. I don't know how cold it was today. I think it was the upper 30s, maybe low 40s. If you get on my keyboard, I'm gonna be very disappointed in you, Cassie. Get on my keyboard. I caught her on that before. She get on my computer. You know, these cats don't understand what they're getting on. Okay, so I don't know if this shows up, Cara. This is ends up being a gold sheen up here. Then I put this brush down. Then I get this. Now that was the B&H number 5 brush. This is number 6. And they look very similar, but I'm going to see if you can see the difference. The number 5 is actually a little bit longer and it's a little bit bigger. So, of course, it's easy to figure. Okay, this is the one that I did the brow bone with. This is the number 6, and this we're going to do the lid color. And try to concentrate only on the lid. And for the lid color, we're going to use this color called Pop. And this is a matte color, a matte pink. And thoroughly coat the brush. And because these brushes are more diffusing than actually loading color on, you're going to have to go. Now try to keep it only as far as the crease. Don't really do more than just touch the crease. Don't go on it. And let's do the other side. This color Pop. I'm glad that this excuse me, well, the company's B&H Cosmetics. But I like how these colors have names on them. That is so convenient when you're doing these. See, now already this is starting to dry down. I'm going to have to really make sure that I'm loading this color on well. Oh, you know what? I screwed up. I wanted to do the mascara first. I'm just going to have to do it afterward and hope that I don't mess up. I'm going to go over both eyes again. See, I didn't mean to, but I extended this a little bit, so I'm going to do this side just so that they're symmetrical. As long as both sides match. Now, this looks like it's a little thick. I don't want to use this brush. Let me get a thinner brush, but not too thin. Alright, I'll use this. One thing I noticed with some of these brushes, they have white tips. Even though you know your brush is clean of the previous eyeshadow color, these eyeshadows will often still stain the brushes, and it's kind of annoying because then I think the brush is dirty. But you put repeated passes over the soap and no color comes off of it. But you could see this is clean. Well, just so happens I'm going to be using a blue shade for this. There is a pale blue shade in here called Halo. Or Hollow, H-O-L-O. And I'm going to load this up. And I'm going to hit the crease with this. And I don't want this to be too obvious because I don't want it to look obnoxious. When I was first designing this look, I was designing it for something to wear for my first day on an unknown, one of those job sites. And I didn't want to use a lot of, I didn't use highlighter on my face aside from this shiny stuff here, partly because I'm thinking, is this going to shine in somebody's eyes? I had absolutely no idea of where the work site was, except that they were going to transport us there. And I knew that it was like a physical job of some kind. But so I didn't use the brightest colors in this palette. Not that I really compromise how I do my makeup and stuff for work. I've been blessed throughout my life of having work that allows me to be myself and express myself. Okay, can you see this, what I did here? I didn't want to make it too obnoxious. Not that I think bright colors are obnoxious, but I was really looking for something that I could just get in the van or the truck or whatever and go to the site and not look like I was trouble or making waves or so high maintenance that I'd be looking in a mirror every 5 minutes instead of doing my job. So now it's time for the mascara. And what's the matter? You need to be a good girl. I don't know what's up with you, acting all crazy. Cranberries make this so good. I'm doing this first before I do the eyeliner. You know what? I better use the mirror. This will catch individual little lashes. It's so hard not to get it on your skin in the corner, though. I'll be so happy when the weather warms up some so that I can do more beach makeup tutorials. There's going to be that certain window of time that I can do it before it gets so warm that the beach gets crowded, because once there's people and I'm attracting attention, and there can be experiences where you can have that odd, warm, freakishly warm day. And unfortunately, warm weather attracts all kinds of people that want to walk around. And if I'm on the other side of a sand dune and there's places, most of the places on the beach, because the sand dunes protect us from storms and things, people can be on the beach and you can't be seen from the boardwalk. So if people are like in a gang and they want to mess with people, there's no witnesses. So you have to think about your safety when you're out there. Unless I was close to the water and I could see people coming, but even then, if you're outnumbered and if you have a bunch of props and things, I know what it's like to be hassled by people when I'm filming in public. So a lot of times when I think it would be so much easier if I had a crew person, somebody to run to be security, you know. And actually, I have used. There is somebody I know who I have used for security because, well, I just happened to be to luck out and saw that he was coming home from work, and I was trying to film someplace that was also happened to be a notorious hangout for all kinds of annoying and sometimes bad people. See, you would have to build this and build this and build this and build this, and I don't think this is going to be the kind of mascara that's going to go crazy. But then again, I'm applying extra things and I'm not getting any kind of annoying clumping. So I wouldn't have opened it last night if it wasn't for the fact that I couldn't put my hand on the mascara that I had used earlier. And the thing is, it was right here in the room in one of those makeup boxes that also double as cat perches. And I am doing a winged eyeliner for this. And the eyeliner that I'm going to be using is the Wet n Wild H2O Proof. This is an eyeliner that really has surprised me. I got two of these when I got a buy one get one half off sale at my local Rite Aid. And Rite Aids here have turned into Walgreens, so it's all some different merchandise now. I haven't even been to the Walgreens since they switched over to Walgreens here because I just don't shop as frequently. And when I do shop, it's mostly tends to be online. So anyway, when I opened my first package of this, I was really disappointed. As much as I like the shape of the handle and I like the shape of the applicator and everything, it was just not waterproof on me, and it really was really depressing that my eyes water profusely and it just smeared and everything, and I was so disappointed. But then when I used that up and I opened up the second one, I want to use this stuff anyway, right? The second container of it, actually I don't have those same complaints. It really does. This one now does stay put. I can put it on, I can go out clubbing, I can dance up a storm. I think you can. Did I swim in the ocean? I don't know. I probably prefer one of those pot gel eyeliners for swimming, but this is a nice little eyeliner, and I'm glad that I got two of them. It would never occur to me that the formula would be different from one to another. It's a little bit harder to put eyeliner on when you have mascara put first because of the skipping. And one challenge I have doing my left eye as opposed to my right eye is the right eye, I don't have to stretch the skin tighter to get a halfway decent wing. With the left eye, for some reason, I need to have if I don't do something with the skin, it skips. And unfortunately, I need a hand to hold a mirror. See, I don't know that I can see the wrinkles screwed up. Okay, I'm going to have to use my computer screen. I have to lift the finger. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Oh my goodness. I wasn't planning on doing a Picasso tutorial. You know what? I'm going to use... Wait a minute. How bad is that? You know what? I'm just going to have to make them symmetrical. See, I'm tempted to say that this is good enough, but you guys deserve perfect. You deserve better than good enough. Now, there's two ways I can go further with this. I could keep the lower lashes as they are. You know what? Maybe I could add a little bit more mascara to my lower lashes. But, yeah, this brush is going to take some getting used to. It really is. I think maybe I need to take more off the very tip because maybe that'll reduce how much it comes off on my skin. You know, maybe this is decent mascara if you already happen to have long lashes. I don't think I'm too terribly impressed with this. Because, the more I apply it, the more it just comes off on my skin. And if I had eyeliner on, you wouldn't see it. But I was going for something that was a little less intense so that I could be a little less intimidating on that site. Which, considering all the junkies and other interesting kinds of people that were out there trying to get the work, I don't think that my look would have been offensive at all. And I have no problem with people that are in various stages of recovery or not, working, decent people wanting to work. There should be enough work for everybody. That said, if I wasn't going to be able to get paid, there was just no sense. And I ended up getting dressed and going to that place for absolute nothing. So shit happens in life sometimes. This is the lipstick that I am wearing. This was included in this container of makeup that I got around Christmas time. They had, I've shown you the makeup palette that it came with. This, and it came with the blush palette, and it came with a makeup bag that had a bunch of things in it, and that's where the mascara came from. And it also came with a lipstick that I wasn't sure I was too thrilled with it at first. It is, I guess you could call it a nude and a neutral, but it is kind of a mid-tone, discreet plum. I will show you what I used is my blush / contour color. B&H Cosmetics makes these things. They're called Diamond Dazzlers, and they're a little plastic jar, and it looks like a salt or pepper shaker, and you shake some into here. I don't want to really put any more on because I already have a little bit on, but they go on your finger like this, and I'll put some on here. And I got it thinking it was going to be this vivid purple, and it's really not vivid at all, but it can be kind of dark, so I use some here and some here. If you don't have a better contour shade and you're a purple girl or guy, you could, and you're fair, and actually medium skin tones could, I'm sure, use this also. So yes, I see you, Cassie. So this was my work look using the B&H Cosmetics Color Festival. And I'm sure I'll be getting some more looks from this palette. Alright, if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you like me and my content, I'd love to have you subscribe. I make 3 new videos a week, and I try to feature my cats in my videos, whether or not they want to cooperate. And I'm sure Cassie wanted to tell you something. Come here, Cassie. Oh, I love Cassie. Cassie, you want to say anything to these really nice people that take time out of their day and night to watch my videos? And I know they think my kitties are really special. So you want to say anything to my friends out there on YouTube? Want to tell them anything? Oh, really? Want to tell us about it? Really? Oh, it's okay. Well, you know what? YouTube loves you. You're going to be a famous internet kitty. Cassie the garden cat. She's a famous YouTube kitty. I love you. Okay. Alright. If you subscribe, hit that bell notification so you don't miss anything I post. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.